It's hags, gargoyles and fat imps night here, and no, I don't mean the over 80s night at the local disco. We are of course enjoying another Rescued from the Well episode of Disciples 2 Dark Prophecy, Legions of the Damned campaign with me, YesterQuest. This episode's going to be a little bit different. I am very much determined in taking down that damn dragon. So I think what I'm going to do is essentially cut the video here, and then off screen, or while it's not recording, I'm going to use Mango to basically essentially heal him up first, and then take out all of these neutral units down here. There's not much point in keeping that recording because it's not showing you a great deal of anything interesting, let's face it. So I'll do that. I will of course cut if anything interesting happens, because the only thing that's been happening with the dwarves is that they just keep on sending rod planters and thieves at us. So let's cut it here, and hopefully I'll get back to you with something more interesting in just a moment. Hello again. As promised, here's a little bit of excitement for you. Let's go after the Cassell. We weren't quite powerful enough before to do anything with this, so I think we're in a good position to now. The main problem we were facing was the Archleech, which is very nasty indeed. He's going to do 90 points of damage, but now it looks like our party will be powerful enough to withstand that, especially if we take down this initiate, who would obviously do a little bit of extra damage and may kill off the hag. So let's see if we can bring down the Archleech. He's obviously going to get a shot in. There's nothing we can do about that. Let's get the anti-paladins to whittle down the Dark Lord. And brace yourself. Yeah, that's nasty. It certainly is. Let's see if we can polymorph. It's good. Obviously going to go after the gargoyle for some bizarre reason. And if we're lucky enough, we should be able to... Now see, this is tempting. If we let the Dark Lord live, he's probably going to go after the anti-paladin and take him down. So I'm going to be a little bit sneaky and do this, and allow the anti-paladins to get rid of the Archleech / imp, leaving the ghost, and that's plain sailing for us. Marvellous. Nice amount of XP, but let's see how much money we get. 300 gold, really? Okay, let's see what else we get though. Whatever the hell that is, I don't know how it pronounces. Proteus Terra. 75 points of damage, which isn't bad, but for facing up against an Archleech, you probably want something a little bit better. Anyway, just wanted to show you that. Let's crack on. Hello again, chums. As you can see, Mango is fully healed up now, and his party, of course, after our run-in with the Archleech. And I think we're also in a good position to scope out this little creep, as it were. So let's send him on his way and see if we can take down the Son of Ymir. Should get something reasonably decent from it, although I'm not keeping my hopes up after the performance of the last one with the Archleech. But at least now we know that our anti-paladin should be able to pull through in this one, especially after we've polymorphed him. He's obviously going to go after one of the anti-paladins. Gets 140 damage and he's frostbitten, so that means 30 damage each turn. But as we can see, the polymorph is hit. Now if this Panty-Paladin gets go... Did I say Panty-Paladin? Yes, I did. No, the other one does. I was going to say, if this Anti-Paladin gets to go first, then we should be able to kill him without this Anti-Paladin getting the 30 points of damage, but sadly that wasn't the case, so we could have saved a little bit of damage there. Lovely amount of XP though, just from the one unit, and we get our hands on nice amount, 500 gold. And a runic key, which opens a passage through the mountains. Oh, we've got a sorcerer. Master, the key is here, wrapped in this ancient vestment. We have found the runic key. We are now ready to free Astaroth from his prison. Let us depart. Okay, so that was obviously inadvertently a quest objective that we needed to do, and accidentally did that. So that was good. We needed to go there anyway, so that's gotten that out the way. Now that we have enough money, let's turn our attention to building another upgrade structure. I'll do this while I'm recording, of course, so you can see. We have the choice between the mage upgrade unit and the ranged unit one. But first thing we need to know is which ones are going to level up first. Hag needs about 500 XP, Gargoyle less so. It's probably about 400, 300. So let's see if we can build the Onyx Spire, I believe it's called. 750 gold. Cheap at twice the price. Let's get that banged in there. Lovely stuff. Allows us to upgrade the marble gargoyles to Onyx gargoyles. I believe you've seen the Onyx gargoyles already. They're a magnificent beast. But hopefully you'll get to see them in this episode as well. This is everything done here, so let's end our turn. I'll stop the recording and get back to you when something a little bit more interesting's happened. What do we have here? It's a siege. The rock giant has moved out of his mountainous home, which was guarded by the dragon, and is going straight for our city of Kalara. So I've moved Bango back, and I think we're going to have a little bit of a face-off here, so let's give it a go. Thought I'd show you this one because this seems to be one of their most important parties, let's say. Looks like they're going to try and make a run for it, so let's see if we can kill as many as we can. Obviously going after the Druidess first of all. She's quite a powerful unit. Not too sure if you've seen her before. Let's take a quick look. The Druidess is an adept who cures her allies and can magically add to the force of their weapon. Now this one doesn't actually heal any damage. It will cure, which will cure poison, frostbite. I'm not too sure if it's paralysis and polymorph. I would suspect so, yeah. And also she will boost the affected unit's damage by 75%, which is smashing because she manages to go first in every battle. Well, most of the time, let's face it, with the 70 initiative. What we're going to do now is again try and bring these down as much as possible. Let's just go after these guys. There's not much point in going after the rock giant now because he's trying to leg it. We're definitely not going to kill him before he goes. It's a slight problem because he seems to be the party leader, and I'm not sure if I've mentioned this before. If you kill the party leader, then it cripples the party, as it were, so their movement points in the strategic map is reduced considerably. But alas, it looks like we're not going to get away with that this time. Should get some decent XP from that Druidess though. Yeah, not bad, 46. But yep, he's intact, and this city is unguarded at the moment, which is a slight concern. I might just pop a gargoyle and a possessed in there, just in case, just to kind of ward them off, as it were. So this is us done for now. Bezik is doing very well in his job of guarding the passage. His little berserker, his little possessed is upgraded to a berserker, so he's doing a great job. But let's end our turn there. Okay, let's clean up after ourselves. The rock giant has tried to make a hasty retreat, but it's just not far enough, and Mango can swoop in and do a little bit of cleanup action there on the rock giant. Let's quickly smash this out. I don't know whether we'll run or take a swing at one of the anti-paladins. That's the question. We're about to find out. He's going for it, yeah. It's a bit of a problem because now anti-paladin's pretty damaged. But never mind, could have gone worse. Oh, shut my mouth, because let's face it, the anti-paladin got a full heal as he transformed into an infernal knight with some lovely big wings. And yeah, there he goes. Nice. So that'll come in great, very handy. I'm going to potion of accuracy to boot as well. I think that was probably the chest that was there, which the rock giant did end up picking up. So let's move Mango back. I'm going to clean up these undead forces, and then I'll get back to you, and then we will hopefully be in a position to have a pop in that dragon. Yes, here we go. We're taking on the werewolves and the shade. And basically the idea behind this is, I think we're going to do a little bit of polymorph action on the werewolves to see if we can remove that weapon immunity. But first, let's have a look at this little lady here who's obviously had a bit too much red wine. The shade's horrifying appearance inspires a paralysing fear in all, and horrifying it is. Looking a bit like my, I'll not say. for legal reasons. Yes. The Shade is essentially an upgraded version of the Spectre. So again, a little bit more undead transgender action there. I believe the Spectre looks more like a male than a female, and then it obviously turns into a Shade. So that's fine. 50% chance to paralyze, but we'll see it affects all targets. So that's a little bit nasty. So this is obviously going to put her in front in terms of the, you know, targets that we're going to take down instantly. We got very lucky there because the gargoyle managed to max out his damage at 70. So that was splendid for us. This should be pretty much done now. Going to get our melee units to defend, just so they take less damage from the werewolves. And there we go. Yeah. Let's transform this little guy. Now the gargoyle was the main focus of their attack, so I'll get him to defend as well, just to reduce that damage a little bit further. The Infernal Knight can also defend. Yeah, there's a pitiful amount of damage there to the gargoyle, so this should be pretty much taken care of. Yep, transform that in. Now is probably a good time to get rid of that ghost, because the Imperial Knight Imperial Knight. Funny looking Imperial Knight, yeah. The Infernal Knight should be enough to just take them out in one hit. Splendid. Not a lot of XP, main reason being is because werewolves are one of those units which... What? Potion of Vulnerability. Nice, 50% less damage from attacks for one day. What was I saying? Yeah, the werewolves are literally just one of those units that you can just purchase. They're not a leveled up unit, as it were. It's the equivalent of an initiate or a possessed, etc. Let's have a quick spy in here. And we've got a banner of strength. It's so pleased to see me. Fantastic. Excellent. So let's leave this here. I will do a little bit more grinding off screen, so I'll see you in a bit. Hello again. Another interesting development is that we've now accumulated enough gold to build the final upgrade structure. Of course, we already have the warrior and ranged units set up. The final one to build is the High Temple, to allow our hags to upgrade into Succubi. Another one on the red wine, it would seem. This is what happens if you drink too much, ladies. She does look reasonably horny. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, so Succubi are demons who still cling to pleasures of mortals. They can transform their opponents into anything they so wish. Now, this is one of those strange situations where you got to ask yourself, do you want the hag, which has an 80% chance to polymorph a unit, which can be any unit, or would you like a Succubi which has 40% chance to polymorph essentially all units? Or should I say 40% chance to polymorph each unit in the enemy army but targets everyone? Oh, words are difficult, I'm so sorry. Anyway, we are, of course, going to build this because I want to show you everything. So there it is. You get a lovely little windmill at the top there. I don't know why Succubi have some sort of fetish for windmills, but there you have it. We managed to take down the vampire here. Once we'd polymorphed him, that was a pretty open and shut case, which allows us to grab this Talisman of Vigor, which is rather nice. It increases by 25% the damage inflicted by enchanted units in battle. This is something which would go in Mango's battle slot item here. But as we can see, he doesn't have the ability to use talismans, so it's essentially just vendor fodder for us, which we don't need anymore, ironically, but we should be able to take it through to the next scenario, just to give us a bit of well-needed gold early on in the episode. Anyway, I'm going to take out some of these guys to get our little fellas leveled up. Incidentally, we have the Onyx Gargoyle now, but we could do with an Infernal Knight and hopefully maybe a Succubi. Might keep the hag for now. I don't think she's got long to level up anyway, so we'll probably have to go with the Succubi. And then we'll turn our attention to that scaly-eyed fiend at the other side of the map. Well, this is an unfortunate situation for our little thiefy friend here. I thought I'd record this because I can't remember the last time I actually saw a dragon from this perspective. Sadly, I left the thief a bit too close to the dragon, and the dragon approached and attacked, which means we get to see the dragon from this perspective, which is always nice. Normally, it's you attacking the dragon, so the dragon would be down here. So, yeah, I just wanted to share this little moment with you all as we see him bathed in fire and pelted with crossbow bolts. So there we go. That was a thing. So, on second thought, and after having a good long think, I've decided to keep the hag and go full tilt on attacking the dragon, using the hag with her higher chance to hit in order to kind of debilitate the dragon. What we're going to do is use this. In fact, no, I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to use this one instead, the tree bark potion. So the hag will receive 30% less damage from attacks for 1 day. It's imperative that the hag survives, just in case that dragon breaks the polymorph. And I'm slightly concerned about the fact that he's got 2 crossbowmen on the back line. So I think what we're going to have to do is just remove this threat, the immediate threat, the one that's easiest to remove, should I say. And then, how much damage does the dragon do? I don't know whether I've showed you him recently. The mythological green dragon camouflages itself in forests. Some say that they live up to 3,000 years, just like Bruce Forsyth. He has fire breath and has 75% chance to hit all units with 60 fire damage. And he's also immune to fire, strangely enough. I didn't realise that. But yeah, I suppose that makes sense. If you're going to breathe it, then you might as well be immune to it, let's face it. So, let's see what we can do. As expected, they are going for the hag. So I'm glad we went for the tree bark potion. Let's get him polymorphed up and remove this bearded git on the back row. Thank you very much, Onyx Gargoyle. Always nice to see him popping up for a little bit of Onyx Shard action there. Oh, he's broken the paralysis, not paralysis, the polymorph. Thankfully, because of the tree bark potion, the hag still has another move left in her. And will this be enough? I'm pretty sure it will be if everyone hits. I'm not going to tempt fate. Oh, yeah, he didn't break the polymorph. That's good. And that's the end of him. Fantastic. And to celebrate, there we go. A couple of levels up. Sadly, you can't quite see the Succubi at the back there, but she is there, definitely. His wing's a bit too big. I'm terribly sorry. I might move her to this side or something so you can see her properly. Anyway, a nice amount of XP. Mango shouldn't be too far off a level up. He isn't. Splendid. So there we go. That's the end of the dragon and allows us to move further into Dwarven territory. However, Mango is looking a little bit haggard. So I think first things first, we're going to send him back to this city for a bit of healing. And let me just check there. Oh, by the way, Bizik's leveled up. Hooray! Bizik is level 2. Fantastic. I'm sure you'll be over the moon to hear of that revelation. He survived long enough to get to level 2. Anyway, let's end our turn. Mango's going back to the city in the next turn, so let's speed that up. It's the standard fare from the dwarves. They just sent out a rod planter, really, that was all. So let's take advantage of this. Get Mango leveled up. Might as well get a little bit of healing on that Infernal Knight. And send him back out to see exactly what's in this passage. That's a load of beards. That's a wall, which I thought was an enemy. So it just looks like it's this trap. So let's have a little look. See, oh no, I don't want to kill the rod planter. Well, I do, but not with Mango. That would be a bit of a waste. That looks like the Dwarven capital. Anyway, right. What's the best way to do this? These are one-shotted quite easily. As are you. There he goes. Might concentrate on the dwarf. Might not. They'll go for the wolves, actually. Might as well go balls out. Besides, we do have our succubus to do this. And we'll see. Not a bad result. 2 of them imped up. Not a great deal of difference in damage for the dwarf, though. But it's nice to have that the effect on the wolf on the bottom. This should pretty much take care of itself though, yes. So let's just resolve that. Thank you very much. And not a lot for you to do, Raxus. You just hang about the rod, as you normally do. Zik, you can take care of this little nuisance. And I trust you fully. Oh god, he's got a mountaineer. I was just about to say, I trust you fully enough to automate the battle, but then it throws that cow pie in my face. He's not going to do a great deal of damage, considering he's a tier 3 unit. Very strange to have that coupled with a rod planter. Super bizarre strategy, but hey, it's going to mean a decent amount of XP for us. 79. I rest my case. And then we'll just get Bizik to hang around the edge of the passage there. Anyway, this has got some good progress. I've just realised we've not yet found a chance to use this runic key. Oh, we know what we use that for. Sorry, I'm just being stupid. Anyway, sorry. Shut up, Yesterday Quest. Let's move on and end this episode. And I've got a feeling in me waters that we might be very close to actually winning this mission in the next episode. So fingers crossed. And I will see you then. Ta-ta for now, Questers.